Was good, y'all? Rich Sauce in the building, and today, man, I'm coming back at y'all with a brand new banger. So the build that I'm actually going to be bringing y'all today is going to be called the two-way tempo pusher, but this is actually going to be nothing like we have seen in the past years. This one, we're going to be able to get pro dribble moves, shoot, play some really good defense with that two-way name, and on top of all that, we're still going to be able to unlock contact dunks, y'all. So again, man, I just want to say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to bring this to y'all. And man, thank y'all for having me a part of y'all day as well as you and mine. So before we get into the making, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But also on top of all that, do not forget to hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. I know that we can do it. The Rich Gang family has definitely been showing out, and I just want y'all to know that I truly appreciate every one of y'all. Now, when it comes down to the position on this build, we're going to be making it out of the point guard. Now, this is easily going to be one of the most well-rounded builds that you're going to be seeing all year, and honestly, I'm going to say this build has definitely been slept on in the past. The only difference is that with this one, we are getting a huge boost when it comes down to the height. If I remember correctly, when we made this build, we actually had to go ahead and put it around 6 feet or 6'1". Now, when it comes down to the pie chart, pick the one split right down the middle with the playmaking as well as the defensive. Now, when it comes down to the physical profile, do not go ahead and pick the first one just because of that 95 speed. Go ahead and pick either one between of these three. First, not in the question. Second, third, and fourth, you can definitely pick any of those based off of your own preference. But for me, I'm going to go with the fourth, 91 speed, 90 acceleration, and an 88 vertical, y'all. Consider gym rat and getting this build to 99. Definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So, when it comes down to the close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk, max these three stats out, put the post hook to a 46, and that's going to give us 10 finishing badges. Now, for the mid-range shot, go ahead and put this to a 74, 66 three-pointer, free throw, going to be an 82. Then when it comes down to that post fade, go ahead and put this to a 59, and that's going to give us another 10 shooting badges. Pretty balanced so far. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, go ahead and max out that ball handle at 88. And then from here, go ahead and put this build really based off of your own preference when it comes down to the playmaking badges. For me, I'm going to put it somewhere around 12, 13, or even 14. But I think 13 is going to be perfect for this build. So let's go ahead and take a quick look what this is going to be looking like on the defensive side. I'm going to put my interior to a 53. Max out that perimeter defense. Max out your lateral quickness. And then go ahead and max out that steal 91, and the rest you can go ahead and put this into the defensive rebound. That's going to give us 16 defensive badges. Very nice, y'all. I'm telling you, you can make your own adjustments to this build as you want, but in my opinion, this is going to be a really solid lineup, y'all. Really balanced on the finishing side of things. You can definitely hit threes on this build. The playmaking is looking good, and then the defense is even better than that. Now, keep in mind the physicals, we're all going to be getting a +8, so this build has the potential to get to 99 speed depending on how you make it. Now, when it comes down to the body shape, defined or burly are both going to be really good. Now, as for the height on this build, really feel free to go ahead and pick one that you personally like when it comes down to the stats. I'm going to go ahead and put this to 6'6", y'all. Weight, go ahead and put it to 180, or you can go ahead and move it up to where it does not affect any of your main stats as well as your physicals. 188 would be solid, but you can also go ahead and drop it down literally to the lowest if you want to go ahead and play that route. Either of these is going to be fine, but I'm telling you, once we go ahead and kick in the wingspan, you're going to see what makes this build so much special. So, 87.0 wingspan, 81 driving dunk, 99 overall. That means we get contact dunks. Off rip, we're going to be able to get pro dribble moves. Look at the perimeter defense, lateral quickness, and the steal, y'all. Consider this at 99 overall. Then go ahead and consider adding badges as well as adding stats that are going to be boosting your shots. Anything that goes into this build definitely going to be worth it, but the defensive boost that we're getting when it comes down to buying defensive boost as well as anything else, this build is super balanced on both sides of the ball, and that's what I like about it. The takeovers are all solid, but y'all know that I gotta hit y'all with that lockdown. And as y'all can see, we have made a two-way tempo pusher. Now, whichever takeover y'all pick, gonna be based off of your own preference, but I'm telling you, if you want to make this build the most cheesy and use it in any game mode, I highly recommend picking the lock takeover. Any of them are going to be solid, but we already get the contact dunks without takeover, so you don't need to pick that one. We're still going to be able to dribble on this build, so no need to pick the playmaking. But honestly, this is going to be a much better build from what we have seen in the past. Let's go ahead and check out really quick what we're going to be looking like once we get to 99. Get a +8 on the speed, so that's a 97. When it comes down to the acceleration, that's a 96. And then when it comes down to the vertical, that's going to be a 95, y'all. Now, like I said, 99 overall going to be giving us the elite contact dunks. Then from there, when it comes down to that free throw, this is easily going to be able to hit the 90s with boost. 3-point shot, I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing. It's going to be able to hit the 70s, and our mid-range will be in the mid to high 70s as well. Now, like I said also, we're going to be able to get pro dribble moves off rip, but let's go ahead and look at the defense. 89 perimeter defense, 89 lateral quickness, and then 92 steal. Consider adding a +5 for boost. All of these are going to be in the mid to high 80s or the 90s depending on what you do. Either way, this build is super solid. And also remember that you can make your own adjustments to it, so you necessarily can get more shooting, playmaking, or even defensive badges, but I ended up going with the most balanced overall. Now, when it comes down to these finishing badges, first, go ahead and put on gold posterizer, bronze lob city finisher, and then from here, I'm going to hit y'all with gold slithery finisher. And the last one, really based off of your own preference, I feel like limitless takeoff is definitely going to be a badge that you need to put on to pair it up with the ones that we already have on. You can even consider fast twitch, but it's really going to come down to which badges make the biggest difference. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. 10 badges to work with. So the first one that we all should put on, Hot Zone Hunter, of course, but if not, let's just go ahead and say you're going solely for badges that are going to help you out when it comes down to shooting without adding to the percentage. I don't know why you would do that, but again, you want to go ahead and leave on Hot Zone Hunter. But if not, go ahead and at least put on Limitless Spot Up, Corner Specialist on Silver, and then Bronze Deadeye as well as Volume Shooter. Now, you necessarily don't need volume shooter, but I feel like you're going to be able to take this build to the 1v1 court, especially when you take this build into consideration with the takeovers that we got with it. In my opinion, this is going to be the best rare point guard build that you're going to be seeing all year, and that is what I love about it the most. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking side of badges, I'm going to hit y'all first with quick first step as well as handles for days, both on Hall of Fame. Now, another one that y'all want to go ahead and put on, now this is going to be based off of your preference. You could go with triple threat juke on Hall of Fame, or you could go with quick chain or even hyperdrive, y'all. If you want to spread the wealth, go ahead and do something like putting them both on silver or one on gold. You can go ahead and drop down handles for days to gold. I feel like it's not going to make too much of a difference, but if you buy boost for your playmaking, that's definitely going to help you out if you decide to go that route. However, I'm going to leave it like this. Now, let's go ahead and get into the defense. 16 badges to work with, so the first one I'm hitting y'all with is going to be Intimidator on Hall of Fame. From here, definitely got to go ahead and put on clamps as well. There necessarily isn't going to be a perfect way to put any of these badges on. What I do have to say is if you're looking to run this build with more of a 3v3, Pro-Am, 5v5, or even 2v2, defensive leader is a badge that you're going to want to put on regardless. If not, let's just go ahead and say you're going to go ahead and go to the 1v1 court. I would go with bronze chase down artist. You can go ahead and put on silver rebound chaser, and then really interceptor, not necessary, but again, that's more so if you're going to be playing like 3v3 or 2v2. You can go ahead and put on defensive leader to pair it up, but if you want to take off chase down artist, go ahead and put on menace instead. That is definitely going to be a really good badge setup to go with. If you want to change it up, going with both bronze chase down artist and rebound chaser, that's another way to go about it as well. Any of these setups, in my opinion, are definitely going to help you out. It really just comes down to which game mode you are playing and how many teammates you're going to be running with. But the thing I love most about this build is the defense. Y'all most definitely already know that. This is somewhat of the main setup that I would go with. 10, 10, 13, and 16. Thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang family for always coming through and making it to the end. Go ahead and comment down RGF if you did make it to the end. I appreciate y'all. I got another video dropping later today, man, so be sure to stay tuned. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the RGF family, man, go ahead and hit that like button. But let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger as well. Man, go ahead and share this video with your family and friends. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.